As we grow older, we begin to notice patterns in life, some too subtle to understand when we were younger. Suddenly, events in our later years feel less random. Relationships end, new people walk in, unexpected opportunities arise, or challenges we thought we'd never face return. These are not just coincidences. In old age, life reveals truths that were hidden in plain sight all along. Every moment, every twist carries meaning. Imagine reflecting on your life in your golden years, only to realize that everything, your struggles, your achievements, the people you met or lost, seems connected. This is no coincidence, but a sign that life was teaching you all along. In this video, we'll explore the most profound moments that many experience in old age and why these events aren't random, but part of a deeper purpose. So what are the key signs that indicate life is unfolding with purpose in your later years? Let's dive into the most significant events that often happen in old age, which reveal hidden lessons, untold wisdom, and deeper meanings you were destined to learn. 1. A shift in relationships. In old age, one of the most profound and noticeable changes is the shift in relationships. It's as if life itself starts to filter the people around you. You may have spent decades surrounded by certain friends, colleagues, or even family members, but as you grow older, you begin to notice that some drift away. It might seem hurtful or confusing at first. Why do certain relationships which once felt unbreakable begin to fade? And why do others, sometimes people you haven't spoken to in years, suddenly become more present? This shift isn't random. It's the universe's way of clearing out the noise, the distractions, and the superficial connections, leaving behind only the people who truly matter in your life. As you move into your later years, life simplifies, priorities change, and you begin to value depth over quantity. The people who stick around, or those you reconnect with after many years, are often the ones who align with your energy and soul. They are the individuals who will accompany you through the most meaningful and reflective phase of your life. Imagine this like a final chapter of a novel. The earlier chapters were filled with many characters. Some played important roles, others were fleeting presences. But as the story progresses and reaches its climax, only the key characters remain. In your life's final chapters, the universe shows you who these key players are. They're the ones who truly see you for who you are, beyond the achievements, beyond the material accomplishments. These are the people who will be there when everything else fades, those who can offer love, understanding, and support without any conditions. In many cases, you'll find that people who no longer align with your true self will naturally start to distance themselves. It may be because your values or priorities have shifted. Perhaps the friendships were built on convenience, shared interests that no longer exist, or circumstances that have changed. And that's okay. Life has a way of clearing out what no longer serves you. Then there's the beauty of reconnection. In old age, many people find themselves reaching out to long-lost friends or family members they haven't spoken to in years. To what seemed like a forgotten connection suddenly rekindles, often stronger and more profound than before. This isn't a coincidence. It's as if life waits for the right moment, bringing people back into your life when both parties are more mature, wiser, and ready to value the connection on a deeper level. You may also find that the relationships that remain or strengthen in old age are not necessarily the ones you expected. Some people you relied on in your younger years may no longer fit into the person you've become, while others who seemed distant in the past may suddenly offer the most comfort and companionship. These are the people who resonate with your energy in this phase of life, the ones who understand the importance of presence, loyalty, and genuine care. There's also a deeper emotional and spiritual element to this shift. As you age, you become more in tune with your true self, your soul, your essence. You're no longer swayed by social pressures or the need for validation. This personal clarity naturally extends to the people around you. Those who cannot accept or appreciate the real you will naturally fade away, while those who connect with your authentic self will grow closer. The relationships you hold onto now are those that feed your spirit, not just your ego. And when you think about it, these final relationships, whether they are with family, friends, or even a few close confidants, are what truly matter. They're the people who will stand by you, not for what you can offer them, but because they genuinely care for you. These relationships are built on shared experiences, mutual respect, and a deep emotional bond that transcends time. So, as people drift in and out of your life in old age, remember, it's not a coincidence. The universe is clearing the path for you to focus on the relationships that truly matter, the ones that will be there in your most vulnerable moments. These are the people who align with your soul, who understand the real you, and who will journey with you through your final chapters, offering love, support, and companionship that will carry you through life's inevitable challenges. 2. An unexpected change in health. As we age, there comes a time when our health begins to shift in ways we never anticipated. A sudden illness or a decline in physical abilities can take us by surprise, disrupting the flow of daily life. It's easy to feel frustrated or even betrayed by our own bodies. But these changes, as difficult as they may be, are not random misfortunes. They are life's way of sending a wake-up call, a message urging us to slow down, reassess, and reevaluate what truly matters. In our younger years, health is often taken for granted. We push our bodies to the limit, assuming that vitality will last forever. But as the years pass, even the strongest among us start to feel the weight of time. The aches and pains, the slowing down, the sudden diagnosis, all these moments are not just physical changes, they are profound signals from life itself, nudging us to shift our focus. When your health begins to decline, it's a stark reminder of the fragility of life. What once seemed unbreakable, the body that carried you through all of life's experiences, now demands care, attention, and understanding. But within that fragility, there's a deeper lesson to be learned. It's in these moments of vulnerability that many people find a new sense of resilience. The body may weaken, but the spirit remains strong. It's in this juxtaposition of fragility and strength that true wisdom is born. Imagine this: you've spent your entire life building a career, raising a family, chasing after goals, and accumulating achievements. But when your health takes a sudden turn, all of that seems to pause. The urgency of deadlines fades and the race for success slows to a halt. You're forced to confront a reality that has always been there, but was easy to ignore: the fact that time is finite and health is a precious gift. This isn't just about accepting decline, it's about gaining perspective. The sudden illness or health issue isn't a punishment or a stroke of bad luck. It's a call to awaken, to truly appreciate the present moment and the life you've built. It's life asking you to slow down, to stop chasing after the things that don't really matter, and to focus on the things that do: peace, purpose, and presence. Many people, when faced with health challenges in their later years, find themselves reconnecting with a deeper sense of purpose. It's as if the veil is lifted, and the things that once seemed so important, career achievements, material wealth, societal status, no longer hold the same weight. What matters now is the quality of life, the relationships you've nurtured, and the peace you find within yourself. This is no coincidence. Life has a way of stripping away the excess, the distractions, and the superficial, especially in old age. Health challenges force you to focus on the essential. They are an invitation to reconnect with your body, to treat it with kindness, and to appreciate it for all it has carried you through. They are also a reminder to care for your mental and emotional health, to find balance, reduce stress, and cultivate joy in the little things. Many who experience a sudden change in health find that it leads to a kind of spiritual clarity. When faced with the vulnerability of illness, people often turn inward, seeking answers not in the external world, but within themselves. It's here that they discover a deeper connection to their spirituality, their beliefs, and their purpose. They find strength in surrendering to what they cannot control and focus instead on the things they can: their mindset, their outlook, and their inner peace. Think about how many people, after a serious illness, emerge with a renewed sense of purpose. It's not a coincidence that health challenges often bring with them profound personal growth. The body may weaken, but the soul strengthens. The limitations imposed by illness often lead to an expansion of the mind and spirit. People begin to live more intentionally, appreciating each day with a newfound sense of gratitude. They spend more time with loved ones, pursue passions they had set aside, and find beauty in the simplicity of life. In old age, an unexpected change in health is often life's final reminder to cherish what truly matters. It's a powerful nudge to realign your priorities, to stop worrying about things that won't matter in the end, and to focus on the relationships, experiences, and moments that bring joy and fulfillment. So, if you find yourself facing health challenges as you grow older, know that it's not just a coincidence or an unfortunate twist of fate. It's a reminder that life is precious, that time is limited, and that there is still so much meaning to be found, even in the face of adversity. It's life urging you to slow down, to embrace the journey, and to focus on the things that truly nourish your soul. 3. A desire for peace over success. Throughout most of life, we are conditioned to chase success. From a young age, society teaches us that success is defined by achievements, money, status, recognition, and power. We are taught to pursue careers that offer financial rewards, to climb ladders of influence, and to accumulate material possessions as symbols of our worth. This chase can consume us, driving every decision we make and every goal we set. But something profound happens in old age. The once insatiable hunger for success begins to fade, and in its place, a deeper longing emerges, a desire for peace. This shift is not a coincidence. As we grow older, life gently redirects our focus, showing us that the things we once pursued so fiercely don't hold the same value they once did. The wealth we accumulated, the accolades we received, and the status we achieved suddenly feel less important. Instead, what matters more is the sense of calm and fulfillment that comes from within. Why does this happen? Why do so many people, after years of chasing success, find themselves yearning for something more profound in their later years? It's because life, in its infinite wisdom, knows that peace, not success, is the ultimate treasure. The universe, through the passage of time, gradually reveals this truth to us, that true contentment is not found in what we acquire, but in what we let go. Think about it. When you were younger, success was likely your driving force. You worked hard, set ambitious goals, and pushed yourself to the limits. And while those achievements might have brought moments of satisfaction, they were often fleeting. No sooner had you reached one milestone, there was another waiting just around the corner. The constant pursuit left little room for rest, reflection, or inner peace. It kept you in a state of striving, always reaching for the next goal, the next big achievement. But in old age, the rhythm of life changes. The pace slows, and with that comes a clarity that may have been elusive in the earlier stages of life. You start to realize that the endless chase for success is not sustainable. It's not that success was meaningless, it played its role. But now, you can see that it's not everything. The accolades, the promotions, the money, while nice, don't bring the lasting fulfillment you once thought they would. Now you start to crave something deeper, a quiet mind, a sense of contentment that doesn't depend on external validation, a feeling of peace that can only come from within. This desire for peace over success is not a sign of giving up or losing ambition, it's a sign of wisdom. It's life telling you that you've spent enough time in the fast lane, and now it's time to slow down and enjoy the view. In old age, peace becomes the most valuable currency. It's no longer about impressing others or building a legacy that will outlast you. Instead, it's about finding peace in the present moment. It's about appreciating the simple joys of life, spending time with loved ones, watching the sunrise, listening to the birds, enjoying the quiet moments that you were once too busy to notice. This shift from success to peace is a powerful transformation. It's like shedding a layer of your old self, one that was driven by external pressures, and stepping into a more authentic version of yourself. In this stage of life, You begin to understand that peace is not something that can be bought or achieved through hard work. It's something that is cultivated from within. Letting go becomes an essential part of this journey. You let go of the need for constant validation from others. You let go of the pressure to always be the best, the richest, the most successful. You let go of the expectations that society placed on you, and perhaps the ones you placed on yourself. And in that letting go, you find a freedom that you never knew existed. This is where the real magic happens. As you release the need for outward success, you make space for inner peace to grow. You stop measuring your worth by how much you've accumulated, and instead you start to measure it by how content you feel within yourself. You begin to understand that true wealth is not found in material possessions or external accomplishments, but in the peace that comes from knowing you are enough just as you are. In this stage, life becomes more about being than doing. You no longer feel the pressure to constantly prove yourself. You've already done enough. Now it's about enjoying the fruits of your labor in a way that nourishes your soul. You start to see the beauty in the simplicity of life, the moments of stillness, the connections with those who matter most, the peace that comes from living authentically. As you enter this phase, it's not a coincidence that the universe nudges you toward peace. Life knows what you need, even when you didn't realize it yourself. The chase for success served its purpose, but now it's time for something deeper, something more lasting. Peace, after all, is the ultimate success, the kind that fills you from the inside out. So if you find yourself yearning for peace over success in your later years, know that this is not an accident. It's a sign that you've reached a point of maturity and wisdom, where you understand that life's greatest rewards are not measured by what you've accomplished, but by how deeply you've found peace within yourself. This is the gift of old age, a gift that comes not from the external world, but from the quiet, profound depths of your own soul. 4. A return to old memories or places. As we grow older, something extraordinary begins to happen. Memories from the past that we thought were buried resurface. We may find ourselves suddenly drawn back to the places of our youth or reconnecting with people we haven't spoken to in decades. A particular song, a scent, or a random encounter might trigger a flood of memories that take us back to earlier moments in our lives. But this isn't just about nostalgia. It's not simply a longing for the past or a sentimental look back at what was. Instead, these returns to old memories or places are life's way of helping us reflect and make sense of our journey. At first glance, it may seem like these memories or visits to familiar places are random, triggered by coincidence. But there is a deeper reason why. In old age, we often find ourselves revisiting the past. Life is giving us an opportunity to see things with fresh eyes, to view past events, people, and experiences from the perspective of wisdom and maturity. Those moments that once seemed insignificant or trivial now take on new meaning. They were never accidents. They were pieces of a grander puzzle that we are only now beginning to fully understand. Think about this. As a young person, you moved through life quickly, often focused on the future and your ambitions. Certain experiences, relationships, or places might have passed by without much thought. But as the years pass, you find yourself looking back. The places you once lived, the friends you once had, the experiences that shaped you, these come flooding back into your consciousness, sometimes without warning. What is life trying to show you in these moments? When you revisit these memories, you start to see how they've shaped who you are today. That seemingly small encounter with a friend in your youth, that brief period of living in a particular town, or that job you took on a whim, it all begins to fit together. In hindsight, you can see how each moment was a stepping stone, a building block that has contributed to the person you've become. Life is giving you a chance to reflect and understand that nothing was ever random. Each experience was part of your journey toward growth, learning, and wisdom. In old age, we often feel a pull to return to the places of our past. Maybe it's the house where you grew up, the town where you went to school, or the city where you built your career. These places hold more than just physical memories. They hold emotional imprints. Returning to these spaces allows us to reconnect with parts of ourselves that may have been forgotten over time. It's a chance to revisit the dreams we once had, the people we once were, and to reconcile those versions of ourselves with who we are now. Reconnecting with old friends or revisiting places from your past isn't just about reliving the good old days, it's about understanding the deeper meaning behind those connections. In youth, relationships may have been based on proximity, circumstance, or shared interests. But in old age, as life slows down, you begin to see the significance of certain people who were in your life. Why did you cross paths with them? Why did certain friendships endure while others faded away? Life is urging you to see the connections for what they truly were, not mere coincidences, but meaningful threads woven into the fabric of your existence. As you revisit these memories, you may also notice a shift in how you interpret past experiences. What once seemed like a setback, a failed job, a broken relationship, or a difficult period in your life now looks different. You begin to see that those challenges weren't just obstacles, they were lessons. They were moments that helped you grow, even if you didn't realize it at the time. Now, with the benefit of hindsight and the wisdom of years, you can appreciate those experiences for what they were: opportunities for transformation. Life often brings these memories and people back into your consciousness when you're ready to make sense of them. In youth, you may not have had the emotional or spiritual tools to fully grasp the meaning behind certain events. But in old age, you've accumulated the wisdom and perspective necessary to understand the grander purpose of your life's journey. The universe has a way of guiding you back to these moments when you're ready to process them, to extract the lessons you may have missed, and to find peace in the understanding that everything happened as it was meant to. It's also important to recognize that revisiting the past doesn't mean living in it. The purpose of these memories isn't to dwell on what was, but to integrate the lessons they offer into your present life. As you reflect on the people, places, and experiences that shaped you, you gain a clearer understanding of who you are today. You can honor the journey you've been on and appreciate how far you've come. This reflection allows you to move forward with a deeper sense of peace and fulfillment, knowing that every step you took, whether it felt like a triumph or a misstep, was leading you exactly where you needed to be. So, if you find yourself drawn to the places of your past or reconnecting with old memories, know that it's not a coincidence. Life is offering you a moment of reflection, a chance to see how everything has been connected all along. These memories, once tucked away in the corners of your mind, are now revealing themselves as essential pieces of your story. They are guiding you toward a deeper understanding of yourself, helping you see that your life has always been part of a greater design, a design that is only now, in the later years, coming together in perfect clarity. 5. A realization that time is the most precious gift. There comes a point in life, often in old age, when a profound realization dawns: time is the most valuable gift we have. This awakening isn't a random thought or a fleeting moment of reflection. It's life's ultimate lesson, one that only reveals itself when we are ready to fully grasp its weight and significance. When we are young, time feels abundant, almost endless. Days blur into weeks, weeks into years, and we move forward with the assumption that we have all the time in the world. But as we grow older, as the sands of time slip through our fingers faster than we ever imagined, the true value of time becomes crystal clear. In youth, time is often taken for granted. We focus on the future, believing that we have an infinite number of tomorrows to accomplish our dreams, connect with loved ones, and live life to the fullest. We think, "I'll do it later, and there's plenty of time for that." But as the years pass, and the future becomes shorter than the past, a shift in perspective occurs. Suddenly, time no longer feels infinite, it feels precious, fragile, and fleeting. This realization that time is the most valuable currency we possess is not just a passing thought that comes with age. It's life urging us to truly understand what matters most. You begin to see that it's not the money, the material possessions, or even the accolades you've accumulated over the years that hold real worth. It's the moments, the ones spent with people you love, doing things that fill your soul, that become the most cherished. Why does this realization come later in life? Because it's only after experiencing the passage of time, watching it slip away, that we can truly appreciate its value. When we're young, the concept of time feels abstract, something we have an unlimited supply of. But as we grow older, as the moments left in our lives become fewer, we begin to see how each minute is a gift. And this is no coincidence. Life waits until we've lived enough, seen enough, and felt enough to understand that time is not just something to be spent, it's something to be cherished. This shift in thinking doesn't happen overnight. It creeps in gradually as you reflect on your life and realize that some of your greatest regrets aren't about things you did, but about the time you wasted. The missed opportunities to be with loved ones, the times you were too busy chasing success or wealth to simply enjoy the present moment, or the relationships that faded because you didn't invest enough time in them. It's only in hindsight that you can see how precious those moments were and how quickly they passed. But this realization is also empowering. It gives you the chance to live with intention. In old age, you're no longer driven by the need to prove yourself or to accomplish as much as possible in the shortest amount of time. Instead, you begin to focus on what truly matters, how you spend the time you have left. It's a gift, really. A gift of clarity that allows you to prioritize the people and experiences that bring you joy, peace, and fulfillment. You start to notice the beauty in the little things that may have gone unnoticed before. The quiet mornings with a cup of coffee, the laughter of children playing, the warmth of a loved one's embrace, or even the simple pleasure of watching the sunset. These moments, which may have seemed insignificant in the past, now feel like treasures because you understand that they won't last forever. And with this realization comes a sense of urgency, but not the frantic urgency of youth. This is a gentle, peaceful urgency that reminds you to make the most of the time you have left, to spend it wisely, to be present in each moment, to let go of the things that don't matter, like grudges, stress, or material possessions, and focus on what does: love, connection, and living authentically. Time becomes less about the clock ticking and more about how fully you can live in each moment. You no longer want to rush through life. Instead, you want to savor it. Every conversation, every shared meal, every quiet afternoon becomes an opportunity to connect with yourself and the people who matter most. You start to value quality over quantity, understanding that it's not about how much time you have, but how you use it. This realization also shifts how you view relationships. You begin to see that the greatest gift you can give someone is your time. It's not about extravagant gestures or material gifts, but about being truly present with the people you care about, listening to them, sharing experiences with them, and simply being there for them. As you grow older, the superficial aspects of relationships fall away, and what remains is the deep, meaningful connection that only comes from investing time in one another. You also start to reflect on how you've spent your time in the past, and while there may be regrets, there's also a sense of peace that comes with this realization. You can't change the past, but you can learn from it. You can choose, in your later years, to live differently, to prioritize time with the people you love, to focus on the things that bring you joy, and to let go of the pursuit of things that no longer matter. As we conclude, remember, in old age, nothing happens by chance. The universe orchestrates everything with a purpose, guiding you toward the final lessons you need to learn before your journey comes to a close. The events that seem coincidental, the changes in relationships, health, priorities, and memories, are all part of the grand design. So next time something unexpected happens in your life, don't dismiss it as coincidence. It's life speaking to you, reminding you that even in old age, there is so much more to discover, more to understand, and more to be grateful for. If you found value in this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more life-changing lessons and reflections. What life events have made you realize there's no such thing as coincidence? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, See you in the next video.